One of the joys of being alive is the opportunity to meet teachers who take you to deeper understanding about being alive. And probably the most powerful teacher I've had in my life is flowing water. And I wanted to share with you some of the lessons that I've learned from flowing water. Ever since I've been a little kid, I've played with creeks and streams. But as an adult, some of the most powerful learning happened when I fell in love with this canyon that was gashed with gullies, and I wanted to try to figure out what was happening in there. And what happens with soil erosion in gullies is that as the gully cuts down, groundwater finds a faster path out of the system. Instead of percolating down slope slowly, it can just percolate into the gully and then flow out a couple of miles per hour. And so the groundwater drops. And as the groundwater drops, there's less water available for plants, so the plants diminish. And as the plants diminish, then the rains hit the ground harder, the sun bakes the soil harder, and so less of the water soaks in, more of it runs off. As more runs off, it accumulates in the gullies even faster. It gets more power to cut the gullies even deeper, which drains the water table even further. And it's this downward spiral of cause and effect where less and less can grow in the area. And that kind of hurt my heart, and I wanted to try finding a way to change that. And a powerful strategy I found for intervening was to spread the water out. So if you ever are around me when it's raining, I'm out on the hills with my shovel spreading the water out. It's my favorite hobby in the world to do. And as you do it, and it's just fun to do it, but it's also fun to do because then you get to watch over the next few months and years what happens, because as you spread the water out, it slows way down. It drops silt off in the gully bottoms, and the gully bottoms start to fill in, which slows down how fast the groundwater can drain. It also the gully bottoms become a place where the vegetation starts to grow thicker, which also slows the water down. And as the vegetation comes up, there's more protection of the soil from the rain, and so the water doesn't hit the soil directly. Instead, it hits the plants and kind of just flows down onto the ground. More water starts to soak in, and that nourishes more plants, and you get this upward spiral of increasing life in groundwater. And what was fascinating about that is it's the same sequence of cause and effect, it's just going in the other direction. And it was really fascinating how you have cause and effect can spiral either way. And that life, and my life, can play with that spiral, that I can dance with the world in a way that can send it up or send it down. And for me, that was a profound lesson, because I sort of had grown up in a sense that the universe is sort of the way it is, and that life can just be the consumption of possibilities. And through this work, it's really healed something in my spirit, because I realized that with our life, we can dance with the world, we can make a change, that we are surrounded by teachers who have been doing this by billions of years, the grasses and the algae and the mosses. It's been an ancient, venerable tradition of work, and that our lives, with this gift of sight and opposable thumbs, we can take it to whole new levels. But that it's a proud tradition we're at, and that our lives can make a difference, and that with our lives we can bring into the world new possibilities that never existed. And I find that this work really resonates with the church, because I sort of feel the church is giving the same lesson, that with our lives we have a choice how we want to live it, and that with our lives, as we increase our mindfulness, our interactions with the world tend to be ones that help shift these balances, taking things that might be spiraling down, and we can help shift them and bring them up. And the world we can be part of can be one of increasing possibilities.